decided to kind of go over my planner to see how it worked out, and honestly, I don't like it. I have this set up in OneNote, and on my computer, which is a Dell laptop, it's an older model, but it works fine. I can do what I want. As previously I showed, I can do the different tags, and I even started to kind of do like stickers on it, just to kind of experiment to see how I would like it. The problem with this is that I wanted this planner so that I could do planning on my tablet, and quite frankly, so I usually have to like copy and paste it and delete it, and do it's just more of a hassle instead of just like writing it in. But when I write it in, I don't have like lines that kind of direct me in what, so my writing ends up looking all wonky and crooked, and yeah, so that. And also the background is a little distracting, and like I have to just make sure that I have like different colors that kind of contrast on it, which is not a big deal on my computer. But on my tablet, it just kind of starts to get a big deal because it is restricted as to what I can do. Like, there's so many more features on OneNote on my laptop than there are on my tablet. But, anyways, so this is my January over the calendar, and this I have my February here to kind of guide me as to what dates. And I hadn't noticed that I did this calendar wrong, so as I was doing this, I kind of went back, I redid the calendar, and I copied it and I pasted it onto one of the other ones. So I see I copied and pasted. You can see the background, which is another thing that I don't like. That I have to keep moving the picture if I don't want like the background on my mini calendars. So which kind of contrasts with the planner that I have currently. So I don't know. I'm gonna probably restructure how I do the planner. I'm probably gonna start using note planning app in Samsung. I've heard a lot of things about Notability, Penly, and then there's a new one that I started watching a YouTuber that she uses, which is Touch Notes, which I really like the setup on that one. She says that it is very similar to GoodNotes, which a lot of people use on iPads. I personally don't like Apple. I can't work it. I don't know if it's just me, but I prefer Android and Windows. But anywho, so on my January, what I did is I tagged all the bills that I would have to pay, and I checked marked them as they were getting paid. So as you can see, all my payments have been made, and I even started a class here. And then for my bill payment section, I decided to put all the bills that I owe, when their minimum payments, their due dates, the total amount that I paid, the date I paid it. And as you can see, I started off kind of typing it off, and then I moved over to my tablet and I kind of started writing it. And because of the colors that I was using, you can't really see some of it. So this is kind of like what I mean, that I don't like how I set this up. So here again, the mini calendars, so I can see what dates they're there. But at least I got everything paid off. So for my weekly planner, I've been kind of redid this a couple different times. So this is a setup that I have now with the tags, and again, I can't really do this same setup on my tablet. Like, I could do these tags here fine, but it's just a little bit more. I can't do like any charts or anything, so I was kind of working with this, and then so as you can see, I had my weekly goals or things to do that I had to do, and for the most part, it's just working out, which I sort of did. And yeah, I did most of my work tests here too, so pretty much it worked. I just kept forgetting to come back and check them off because that's just how I am. Then for my expense tracker, so I gave myself $400 for groceries and expenses every check, which is every 2 weeks, and I gave myself $120 for gas. So on the gas side, I did pretty well. I've only put gas in there for this, I think it's 3 weeks now, so I still have some remaining money in there. But as you can see, I went a little bit overboard on my spending, and I really need to work on that. But it was mostly due to kind of paying off for Christmas gifts and stuff. But yeah, and this is the new one for the check that I received on the 18th, and I was doing fine until I got to Saturday. It's where I kind of started spending a little bit more, and I have to update this because right now I did purchase a couple more things. So this is probably over about $100. So I really need to work on that. So then I put my brain dump, which is right now what I'm just doing is the like things I want to do for videos. So probably do a budget one, or I'll probably include it in this one, like Korean study, because I really need to get back to studying Korean. Anatomy. My weight loss record was a video that I did last week. I don't know if anybody saw it. And I'm then right now currently trying to do a drawstring bag. I did one, doing another like larger one, and then like cell anatomy just because I started a new class and that was like the first thing that we're studying right now. So I just thought it. But this is what I mean by there's no lines. Like there's a grid on the background, but there's no lines like on the actual picture, so my writing just gets all wonky. So I either have to add like dotted or lines on top of it and then delete it as I'm going, or just do a different setup here. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. So this was my check allotment. Was basically where I was going to tell myself where everything was going to go. I tried to do this at the beginning of the month. So I did the first check of January, which was on the 7th, and I kind of just check marked everything. So I've been doing a lot of repeat of like what my expenses are, which is a little tedious, and I might cut that back just because I don't think I need like 20,000 templates that remind me of what I'm spending, which in a way is good because I'm kind of kicking myself that I overspent on this month. That's a new goal for February, not to overspend on my yeah, January 21st, because I was looking at February on the previous one. So this is what I got paid. These are the bills that I have to pay. I had like a rollover. Again, I'm horrible with doing my expenses, so whatever little I have left I deposited in this what I had, and I put $25 in my savings account for gifts, and I was supposed to put this amount into one of my debts. I have no idea how that ended up being less, but that is something else that I need to work on in February. So pretty much here's what I started to do, because in my bank I don't like how sometimes they take like 2 or 3 days to show an expense, and then it shows that I have more money than I actually do, and then it throws me off. So I decided to write down what my bank balance was and everything that I've been spending money on, so I can actually track what my expenses are, sort of like how back in the day they used to do with the little little checkbooks thingies. So see here, I was supposed to pay 303. My PayPal, I ended up paying 270, but that's a good chunk off of the original amount, which is like $700. So at least I'm putting towards something towards that chunk. So as you can see here, I am short on my emergency fund by $6.25, and it is actually more because I need to update this. So I did start to do February, and this is the February layout. I actually had to do this on my computer. Like I said, I don't really like the setup for my tablet. Mainly because when I do like my monthly setups, I like to look at the previous month and see where the due dates are and the amounts and stuff. And I have to keep going like back and forth on the tabs, which is not a big deal, but it's just a little bit tedious. And like I like to make my life easier. I already have too many things going on. But so when I do it on my Windows, I can just simply click Shift and click on the OneNote, and as you can see, I have two OneNote pages open. Okay, so as you can see, I can do like April or whatever. I can close the side tab and just see what I have to plan, and then I could just copy and paste or just plan it that way, which on my tablet is not that easy to do because I don't know. I guess I have to get a feel for it or see how it works. I just haven't gotten the whole hang of it. I'm still working on it. My class schedule here, um, like for assignments and stuff, which I sort of started to do here on my goals. So this is a new setup I kind of worked on my laptop. Like again, I'm having issues with my tablet. Like I guess I'm expecting too much. I'm expecting it to do like what my laptop does. So I just kind of have to like divert. So here I did the charts, and now that I'm looking at it, I can actually kind of like the other chart that I did for January, just because it doesn't look so overwhelmed with it. But yeah, so I did a chart. These are all the weekly tasks that I have to do. So as you can see, well, today is Monday, so I'm gonna go ahead and check that off because I already did the workout. I put today Korean, do my class homework, and as you can see here, I also put the work, so it's both. And then down here, I just did like a small monthly goal. I still need to create my budget. Well, actually, I have my budget supposedly made out. So this is technically my budget. Like this is what I mean. I did this on my tablet, and as you can see, like the background kind of makes it a little difficult to see. But this is going to be my budget for February. These are my fixed stats, and I divided that by how much I would have each week, or how much of my check I would have to put into my fixed bills. And then from there, I would take the total amount, take it off from my fixed expenses, and do any payments that I have coming. So on this one, I put United and Quicksilver because I get paid on the 11th, and those are coming. So I actually also have to put in there the gas, my Scion IQ, which actually I think I included into my fixed expenses. Did I? Yeah, gas. This is actually like gas for the car. I have to differentiate, and this is gas for the month. So that's actually included in my monthly expenses, and I need to fix that because it actually went overboard this month. Um, so that's included in there, and then I actually included car expenses. No, I did not. So yeah, so this is actually gonna be short now that I'm looking at it. That is all for now. I will come back and do one with my tablet just so you guys can see the difference in what I mean.